What's going on, y'all? Savage here. Just got off the Canadian coast, and it's a little rough weather out there. On the journeys, had watched some Southern Paladin stuff. He's getting ready for hunting season. Then him and 226 are talking about Revolution, Civil War, World War 2.5 or 3.5, whatever the fuck. We're all probably closer to the same assumptions, guesses, or state of mind as the other. Maybe some different on timeline reasoning, whatever. I don't see this much differently than the impending doomscape of the post-crash, say 08, 09 type shit. And I will say the far left is going to need the help of the ghetto. If this is to go down, 6% of the Democratic or left base are these kind of wild, crazy progressives. And maybe 25 to 40% would support any action as crazy as it may seem, as violent as it may seem. This low-level support could be there. Lambdog or SoPal had mentioned the logistics or communication based on these people, whether the no kings or whatever, getting all these people out. And of course, I'm not sure what percentage are genuinely passionate people. Some just real low-level Democrats that aren't happy versus the paid protesters, and including the old people who just got an email and showed up and holding a sign they didn't even write. You are going to need the street thugs with you. You got 6% of these progressives. What percentage of that 6% actually have the will to fight? What percentage of those have the will to fight after contact? Or after some part of their plan goes south? I don't know. I don't think it's as high as some people think. You're dealing with a small number of people spread out all over 50 states. Recently, we'll call it a very fitting term, mobbed through Portland and Seattle. Doesn't seem to be on fire. At the same time, I don't really see much of a threat there. Largely pacifists, some people so super extremely misguided or genuinely angry that they really are willing to do something. Hey, good luck with that. You picked the wrong fucking period in history to do that. So if this is to occur, the genuine burning feeling that, say, 226 has, or some other people theorize, you fucking timed it wrong. Not only you have most all the hunters, majority of the vets, pretty large majority of the GWAT combat vets and SF guys active and out. You're going to have to fight the whole fucking federal government at this point. Like, good luck with that shit. So what are they going to wait? They're going to wait 3+ years? I don't know if they're that smart. They're certainly getting the tree shaken up, and they've showed their ass so much that the federal government now considers them a genuine threat. For the most part, the people that we're talking about that maybe have the will to fight, they are a genuine threat. So fuck them. The assumption has been made that we don't really know the Zoomers like 226 does, and maybe that's true, maybe it's not. Some people that you're talking about have Zoomer kids. Some people date younger chicks and have associated with tons of Zoomers. Some super far left. I got sunburned at the protest. I just read that text. Super far left. And I won't isolate it to Zoomers, although I know there's more misguided anger there. And maybe there's some genuine stuff. To me, I know this was a 226 thing of if people can go to the grocery store and fill up $300-$400 in groceries and not bat an eyelash, or it's not a big deal in their life, they don't really think about it, then they're also the enemy. Well, that's the dumbest fucking shit I've ever heard. I'm not saying you think that, but other people do. Of course, there's plenty of people on a fixed income, retired, old, young, poor as fuck. Even up here in remote Alaska. Just got off the big boat, waiting for the small one. That's fucking normal. Just because people in the city aren't buying in bulk to be smart, that's one of the reasons you stay poor. If you can't get $300-$400 ahead of the game, and you got kids, or you and a girl, or you and somebody, and then that's just fucking short-sighted. I understand a lot of people live paycheck to paycheck, but that's not necessarily the point. If the anger is directed at people with a spare $300-$400, then you're getting fucking smoked. You stand no chance. Your anger is misdirected and misguided. Clearly, the lobbying power of Bank of America, Chase, Monsanto, Walmart, any of them, is much more, let's say CBS, NBC, Fox. They're more of an enemy of the state than anybody buying $300 worth of groceries. And I don't recommend violence against them, for fuck's sake. I think you people are fucking retarded. Of course, there's almost none of the super far left progressives are going to take up arms with the radical progressives listening to this fucking video. Should they? Go fuck yourself. Now, I don't know what percentage of the lefties. Now, let me reiterate. You're going to need the ghetto here. You're going to need a bunch of ghetto people. You need a bunch of gangsters with you. And guess what? Those gangsters are scared of the fucking federal government. Believe it or not, they are fucking freaked the fuck out when those boots hit the ground near them. Progressives might not be as scared yet, but let them realize that the law enforcement and the military and other federal agencies are going to be up your fucking ass. Maybe a flash in the pan, and maybe it's correct that these things will happen. I see zero fear in people like me's heart based on that shit. These little one-off violent incidents. Excuse me, just had an amazing breakfast. It doesn't scare me. Small groups of violent people trying to sabotage it doesn't scare me. How many of these psycho progressives have nods or running thermals? How many of them have thermal drones? Are zooming around? Maybe they have FPV drones, about the same or more than conservatives. How many of them are load carrying drones? Probably not many. What about four-wheel drive vehicles? Trucks, quads, stuff like that. Side-by-sides. Probably conservative dominant. What about the firearms enthusiasts, competition shooters, etc.? Mostly conservative, and they got shit tons of guns and ammo. What about the survivalists, the preppers? Well, those are mostly conservative or independent right-leaning people, constitutionalists, etc. What about the people, let's put it on the medical side. It might be a wash there. And in general, none of those far right or far left people should be denying care to their enemy, if you so choose to make yourself an enemy. One of the reasons I think this is fucking preposterous is we're talking about our neighbors, our friends, our family, our fellow Americans. And if a million fucking years go by and you wish fucking death on them with all the shit going on, you're a fucking problem. I don't think the far left stands a fucking chance and doesn't realize how polite and nice the right is currently being. And it's not the, if you wake the beast. Like, no, you get them pissed off to a point. A small cadre of people might just fucking roll right through Portland and not have much of a problem. Let's say 4 squad-size elements roll through Eugene, Oregon. You think the fucking lefties have a fucking chance? I mean, a clean, tight squad-size element of extremely effective people. I don't know. To SoPal's point of the logistics and communication and getting these old people, progressives, etc. out there, is without Reddit and without the internet, without their phones working, are they really geared up with their own network? Are they really geared up and radio savvy? CBs to handhelds? I don't fucking think so. Where are they going to go? These are mostly urban life forms. Most of the right is pretty stretched out in many senses. In the rural areas, the fuck are you going to do about that roving gang of trucks of RAV4s full of progressives? I mean, I don't mean to be like the dipshit country singer saying, try that in a small town, boy. But try that in a fucking rural area and see how far that gets you with your roving gangs of Subarus and RAV4s. I just don't see it. I don't see it heightened to the point where with some pushback or with some contact and some fucking losses visible to see that these people actually have the will to fight. I think they're going to tap out quicker than a fucking big fat guy in a jiu-jitsu gym. You think you're big and bad, but guess what, motherfucker? You're wrong. You're wrong. So you want to change my mind? Put one right fucking here. And that's all that's going to change my mind. You got to put my lights out because I still don't believe it to the bitter end. Of course, let's push the other side. There's a lot of 226 mentioned the socialist nature of some of the right. And yeah, politically, there's tons of problems with both parties. I find them detestable in many fucking ways. You got a lot of beer bellies on the right. You got a lot of people who are going to lose their fucking shit if they don't have their meds on the left. And, some on the right. Maybe more mental meds and some physical meds as well. And, of course, physical meds as well for the right. And some wacky right people who take their head meds. Outside any medical shit recently, I could take a fucking baby aspirin and probably live forever. Give me a bottle of Tums, I should be fine. I've had to fight my way through the medical establishment, and if it were up to them, I imagine I'd just be on the path to death. I refuse to take that as an answer, and my will to fight is not just on the combat level. My will to fight is to fucking live. I don't know if I've ever mentioned it. My favorite alpinist quote is, I will not die today. It's always worked. I say that shit every day. So the left versus the right. I don't know, man. Good luck with all that shit. Savage out.